Hi all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the unit 12, that is pricing under monopolistic and oligopolistic composition of MMPC 010. Objectives are describe the concept of the pricing decision under monopolistic competition in short run as well as long run. Explain the concept of product differentiation with a special reference to monopolistic competition. Differentiate between monopolistic competition and oligopoly, and apply models of oligopoly behavior or real world situation. Structure or introduction: monopolistic competition, price and output determination in short run, and price and output determination in long run. Oligopolistic competition, summary, keyword and self-assessment questions. And introduction: pricing decisions tended to be the most important decision made by any firm in any kind of market structure. The concept of pricing has already been discussed in Unit 11. Okay, so that is the last unit. The price is affected by the competitive structure of a market because the firm is an integral part of the market in which it operates, and we have examined the two extreme markets wise, monopoly and the perfect competition, in the previous unit. And in this unit, the focus is on monopolistic competition and oligopoly, which lies in between the two extremes and are therefore more applicable to the real world situation. And monopolistic competition normally exists when the market has many seller and selling differentiate product, for example retail trade, whereas oligopoly is said to be the stable form of a market where a few seller operates in the market and each firm has a certain amount of share of the market, and the firm recognize their dependence on each other. And the features of monopolistic and oligopoly are discussed in the detail in this unit. So first of all, monopolistic competition. Edward Chamberlain, who developed the model of monopolistic competition, observed that in a market with a large number of sellers, the products so individual firms are not at all homogeneous. For example, soaps are used for personal care. Each brand has a specific characteristics, be it packaging, fragrance, look, etc. Though the composition remains the same, and this is the reason that each brand is sold individual in the market. This shows that each brand is highly differentiated in the mind of the consumer. The effectiveness of the particular brand may be attributed to continuous usage and a heavy advertising. As defined by Joy S. Bain, monopolistic competition is found in the industry where there are a large number of sellers selling differentiate but close substitute products. Take the example of soap L and C. Both are soaps for personal care, but the brand are different, and under monopolistic competition the firm has some freedom to fix the price, and because of differentiation a firm will not lose all customers when it increase its price. And monopolistic competition is said to be the combination of perfect competition as well as monopoly because it has the features of both perfect competition and monopoly. It is closer in spirit to perfectly competitive market, but because of product differentiation firms have some control over price. And the characteristic features of monopolistic competition are as follows: one is large number of sellers, a large number of buyers, sufficient knowledge, the buyer have sufficient knowledge about the product to be purchased and have number of options available to choose from. And differentiate product, the monopolistic market categorically offer differentiate product, though the difference in product is marginal, for example toothpaste. And free entry and exit: in monopolistic competition entry and exit are quite easy, and the buyers and sellers are free to enter and exit the market in their own will. Nature of the demand curve: the demand curve of the monopolistic competition has the following characteristics. One is less than perfectly elastic. In monopolistic competition, no single firm dominates the industry, and due to product differentiation, the product of each firm seems to be a close substitute, and though not a perfect substitute for the product of the competitors. Due to this, the firm in question has highly elasticity of demand. Demand curve slope downward: in monopolistic competition the demand curve facing the firm slopes downward due to the varied taste and preference of consumers attached to the product of specified sellers. This implies that the demand curve is not perfectly elastic. And the next one is price and output determination in short run. So, in monopolistic competition, every firm has a certain degree of monopoly power. Every firm can take initiative to set a price. Here, the products are similar but not identical. Therefore, there can never be a unique price, but the price will be in a group reflecting the consumer's taste and preference for differentiate product. And in this case, the price of the product of a firm is determined by its cost function, demand, its objective, and certain government regulations, if there are any. As the price of a particular product of a firm reduces, it attracts customers from its rival group. Say, for example, if S company TV reduces its price by a substantial amount or offers a discount, then the customers from the rival group who have loyalty for and say LTV company tended to move S company TV sets. As discussed earlier, the demand curve is highly elastic but not perfectly elastic and slopes down. And the market has many firms selling similar products. Therefore, the firm output is quite small as compared to the total quantity sold in the market, and so its price and output decision go unnoticed. Therefore, every firm act independently, and for a given demand curve, marginal revenue curve, and cost curve, the firm maximizes profit or minimizes loss when marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, and producing an output of Q selling to price P maximizes the profit of the firm. And figure 12.1, short run equilibrium under monopolistic competition. So this is quantity is here, price and cost is here. And in the short run, a firm may or may not earn profit. So figure 12.1 shows the firm which is earning economic profit. The equilibrium point for the firm is at price and P and Q and is denoted by point A. Here the economic profit is given as area PAQR. So here is PAQ PAQR. Okay, so this is PAQR area. And the difference between this and the monopoly case is that here the barriers to entry are low or weak, and therefore new firms will be attracted to enter, and fresh entry will continue to enter as long as there are profits. And as soon as the super normal profit is competed away by new firms, and equilibrium will be attained in the market, and no new firm will be attracted in the market. So this is the situation corresponding to the long run and is discussed in the next section. Next is 12.4 is price and output determination in long run. We have discussed the price and output determination in the short run. We now discuss price and output determination in the long run. So you will notice that the long run equilibrium decision is similar to perfect competition. The core of the discussion under this head is that economic profit are eliminated in the long run, and which is the only equilibrium consistent with the assumption of low barriers to entry. So this occurs at an output where price is equal to the long run average cost. So the difference between the monopolistic competition and perfect competition is that in monopolistic competition, the point of tangency is downward sloping and does not occur at a minimum of the average cost curve, and this is because the demand curve is downward sloping. So this is long run equilibrium under monopolistic competition. Okay, and this is figure 12.2. And under this monopolistic competition, in the long run we see that LRAC is the long run average cost curve and the LRMC the long run marginal curve. And let us take a hypothetical example of a firm in a typical monopolistic situation where it is making substantial amount of economic profit. Here it is assumed that the other firm in the market are also making profit, and this situation would then attract new firm in the market. So the new firm may not sell the same product but will sell similar product. As a result, there will be an increase in the number of close substitutes available in the market, and hence the demand curve would shift downward since each existing firm would lose market share. So the entry of new firm would continue as long as there are economic profit. The demand curve will continue to shift downward till it becomes tangent to LRAC at a given price P and output at Q as shown in figure. And at this point of equilibrium, an increase or decrease in price would lead to losses. And in this case, the entry of new fame would stop as there will not be any economic profit. Due to free entry, many fames can enter the market, and there may be a condition where the demand falls below LRAC and ultimately suffers losses resulting in excess of the fame. So therefore, under the monopolistic competition, free entry and excess must lead to situation where demand become tangent to LRAC, the price become equal to average cost, and no economic profit is earned. It can thus be said that in the long run the profit peter out completely. And one of the interesting features of the monopolistic competitive market is the variety available due to product differentiation. Although the fame in the long run do not produce at the minimum point of their average cost curve, and thus there is excess capacity available with each fame, economists have rationalized this by attributing the higher price to the variety available. So further, consumers are willing to pay the higher price for the increased variety available in the market. So activity 1 is from this section, and try to do it, and the next section we will discuss on next video. For more MBA series, you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents IGNOU MBA Complete Syllabus Coverage Classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online flexible timing. For more details, contact on +91 623 827 1885